Big up everyone. What is happening? TLP, the Liverpool Prophet, back again with another match preview. It is that time of the week again. A little bit different. Normally I'd be doing a Premier League preview, but it is FA Cup weekend, and of course Liverpool are in the FA Cup. So I wanted to give you guys my preview for the Liverpool versus Barnsley game. We're playing on Monday night, which is a strange time because I'm used to us playing in the FA Cup on a Sunday or a Saturday. But we're actually playing on Monday night. So take with that what you will. So of course I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the game, predicted 11, score prediction, all of that in today's match preview. Before we get into the match preview, do remember if you are new to the channel and are enjoying the video and are enjoying the match preview watching, do of course drop a like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel. We are currently 18 subs away from 600, so if you can sub, it's much appreciated. Do turn notifications on as well so you know whenever content drops, and get down below in the comments and let me know your thoughts and opinions ahead of tomorrow's game. So like, subscribe and comment of course. Without further ado, let's not waste anyone else's time and let's just get straight into the match preview. So Liverpool versus Barnsley. This is going to be an interesting game. This is definitely going to be a very interesting game. It's a game, look, let's be totally honest. We'll start with the obvious. With the way Liverpool's Premier League season has gone, we're not in a title race. We're not going to win the league. We're probably going to scrape top four somehow. So, at best in the Premier League this year, we're going to be in the top four race. We're out of the Carabao Cup. We lost to Crystal Palace 3 at home, so we're dumped out of that. So, we cannot win that. For Champions League, we're in it, but let's be honest, are we going to win it? Most likely not, because of the quality of opposition that we come up against. If we come up against a half-decent side, I think we will get put to the sword. So while we can win it, I think it's very, very unlikely that this Liverpool team wins it. So the only real chance at silverware Liverpool have this season, in my opinion, is the FA Cup. It is the FA Cup, so we have to take this seriously because it's the only trophy we could win this season. We're not winning the Prem, not winning the Carabao Cup, most likely not winning the Champions League. So we have to go, in my opinion, all out for the FA Cup this season because we have to pick up at least some sort of silverware. With the money we spent in the summer, if we go trophyless, that is a disaster. I know we're having a bad year, but it's still salvageable. We can still win something. And I think that's what we need to do because heavens forbid we go trophyless this season. It'll be an absolute nightmare in the summer to deal with the ridicule we will face. We spent 400 million at the beginning of the season. What were all of us saying after the window we had? We were all sat there saying, at minimum, a title challenge. Realistically, we want to retain the league, should be challenging for the Champions League, and should be going deep in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup with our squad depth. Now, our so-called good squad depth that the manager was going on about in the summer, he now came out after the Palace game and said we don't have a deep squad, which is why he binned that competition, which was absolutely idiotic. We never should have been the Carabao Cup off the way we did. Slot should have taken that a lot more seriously. At the time, we were as bad as we were a couple of weeks ago, but still, it's a chance of silverware. You never know what could happen in the season, so you have to take every competition, in my opinion, seriously. And for me, the team that he put out against Crystal Palace, the performance, the loss was unacceptable. You know, people paid their hard-earned money to go and watch a bunch of kids play when a lot of us thought it would be a much, much more experienced team on the pitch, and it wasn't. So, for me, Slot made a big mistake when he disrespected the Carabao Cup, and of course, we ended up getting knocked out because of it. So we're not in that no more. Premier League, of course, we started off strong. We've really, really fell away in that, so we're not in no Premier League title race. We won't be winning the league, and of course, the Champions League is there, but are we going to win it? Honestly, if you ask my opinion, we're probably not going to win it. So, yeah, this is the only realistic chance that Liverpool have of getting some silverware in the bank, in my personal and humble opinion. I don't think we can win anything else other than this. The issue is with the FA Cup, a lot of other clubs are going to see this as their only chance at silverware as well. Manchester United, for example, they're not in any competition really that they're going to be able to win. So this is their only chance of silverware. Arsenal, of course, haven't won a trophy in ages. They're going to have their eye on this. They are the FA Cup kings as well. Manchester City and Manchester City, we know they take every competition seriously, so they're going to want to win this. Even a club like Villa, Crystal Palace, the current holders, are going to want to retain it. Obviously, like I said, Villa are in there as well. Other clubs are going to look at this and think, you know what, this is something we can win. So we're not the only ones who are probably going to take this cup competition seriously. I think other clubs in and around us will also do the same thing. But like I said, it's definitely a cup and a competition that the manager should take seriously, the players should take seriously, and we should have our eyes on to win. Because even if it's a bad season at the end of the day, even if this ends up being a bad season, which it probably will be, we can still look back at it and think, okay, it was a poor season. But even though it was a poor season, we still managed to win a trophy. So we can still look at it with a little bit of positivity. Okay, the season was bad everywhere else, but you know what? In the FA Cup, we had some joy and we won that trophy. If we don't win anything, you're going to look back at the season and think, yeah, right off, don't ever talk about it again. We go again next season. So for me, I want to have something to remember every single season by, whether it's a Carabao Cup, an FA Cup, whatever. I want some sort of silverware, something that I can look at and say, okay, there's a little bit of positivity there because we went and won that trophy. If we don't win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup and we win nothing, I'm going to be sat there thinking, okay, that was a miserable season. We were terrible everywhere. We won nothing after spending 400 million into someone players. Write it off. Let's go again next year. I don't want to be doing that. I want to have something at least in the bag. So that's why I think we need to take this cup competition seriously. As for the team for the game, look, Barnsley. All due respect to Barnsley, I don't know much about them. I don't know where they are in wherever they are in League One Championship, but respectfully to them, we should be able to put out a weaker team and still get the win comfortably. Say we put out the youngsters, we put out our B team, we should, whatever side we put out, be able to go or play against Barnsley at Anfield and get the win and advance to the next round. Look, obviously we're not going to go full strength at home to a League One side or Championship side. That would be criminal. We are going to rotate a bit more. However, even with a rotated team, I expect us to be able to go out there and get the job done, advance to the next round, and keep an FA Cup, keep our FA Cup charge alive. So it'll definitely be a much weaker team that I think the manager puts out. But like I said, even with a weaker team, even with a less experienced team, we should be able to go or play at Anfield against Barnsley and get the win. And a comfortable win too, respectfully. We should be able to get a comfortable win and we should be able to advance to the next round of the FA Cup. So yeah, it'll definitely be a much weaker team. The likes of Virgil, of course, won't play. The likes of Ekatike won't play. The likes of Soboslai won't play. Frimpong, Allison, all the heavy hitters, all the main stars will not feature in this game, of course. I don't think they feature until the later rounds if we get a bigger team. So that will be that. I think this is a game where you'll see. I think this is a game where you'll see some of the players that have been frozen out actually get some game time. I can see Endo playing this game potentially. I can see Federico Chiesa starting. I can see Rio and Gamoa starting. Other players in the team, players that Arne Slot doesn't necessarily trust or he doesn't necessarily like or rate, I think will get a run in this game. Chiesa, Ngumoa, Endo. These players will have an opportunity to sign. They'll have an opportunity to show the manager why they should be starting. Will the manager take notice of it? Probably not because he's too stubborn and pig-headed, but I imagine the less favourable players by the manager will be starting this game. So we'll see what they can do. Hopefully, they can put in a decent display, impress the manager, and he changes his mind. But I do think the less fringe players are going to start this game. Whether they cook, whether they don't cook, is what it is. But I'm excited to see how Chiesa gets on. It's been a while since I saw him start. Last game was Wolves. Excited to see how Ngumoa gets on. I haven't seen him start in ages. Endo hasn't had a game in God knows how long. So I'm very intrigued and excited to see how these players get on in the game. So I think they've got a real opportunity. And these are players that are not these are not bad players, by the way. Endo, when he first came in Klopp's final season, was very, very important to that midfield. Jurgen would never have signed him for no reason. So I think Endo is criminally being disrespected. Chiesa, we know Chiesa's quality and how good he is, criminally disrespected. The only one I can sort of understand why Slot is the way he is towards is Rio Ngumoa, because he's a youngster, of course. And being a youngster, managers tend to trust youngsters a lot less. So I feel that's the only one I can really look at and say, okay, maybe I can see why the manager isn't taking to him. But the likes of Endo was very important to that title charge in 22-24. While we didn't win the league, he was very vital in that midfield, a general. I remember that game against Manchester City where he absolutely bossed it. So no one can tell me he's not good enough. In my opinion, on his day, Endo is good enough to come in and do a job. Federico Chiesa, of course, We know how good Federico is. So again, criminally disrespected. But tomorrow, I believe these players are going to have a chance to impress the manager and maybe just show him why they should be playing regularly in the first team as well. I don't think he'll take notice of it though, because of the way the manager is, but it's worth a try, I suppose. That's all they can really do. They've been frozen out. All they can do is try and impress him when they get an opportunity to, as long as he's the manager. So yeah. Other than that, everyone, I don't know much about Barnsley. I don't want to be disrespectful or nothing, but I don't know what league they're in. Are they in the Championship, League One? I genuinely have zero clue. Which is why I think even though we won't play our first team, we should play a bunch of youngsters. We should still be able to get the job done and advance to the next round of this FA Cup. So I'm not too concerned about this game. I think either way we get a result. Ideally, we want to win the game comfortably and advance. I don't want to see us going life and death or going to penalties or narrowly scraping it, because that's going to be a bad look on us if we go life and death with Barnsley, the penalties or late in the game. It's going to look really, really poor on our side. So I want us to just get the job done easily throughout the 90 minutes and advance to the next round of the Carabao, the FA Cup. Anything else really about the game? Well, not much, to be fair. Let's be honest. So it looks like what was I about to say, Justin? Yeah, I don't know what I was going on about there. Apologies, but yeah, it should be an easy win, an easy afternoon, an easy victory. I don't know about a Monday night game. We don't really play in the FA Cup on Monday nights. Usually, our FA Cup games are always on Sundays, so feels weird to be playing on a Monday night. But whatever, we're here for it. Feels weird to be doing an FA Cup match preview as well, considering I'm used to doing Premier League ones, but it is what it is. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we actually take this competition seriously. I maintain Slot made a big mistake with the Carabao Cup. Considering how we went out, what happened in the Carabao Cup last season when we lost in the final to Newcastle the way we did, you'd think Arne Slot would have wanted to put that right and go again in the Carabao Cup this season. Instead, the first round we're in, he binged it off completely. He cannot make that same mistake. He knows his job is on the line. Of course, this won't save him winning the FA Cup. He needs to win the Champions League, but it'd be a start. I like to see him take this competition seriously. Do not make the same mistake that he made with the Carabao Cup with this competition. Take it seriously and try and win it. Probably won't save your job at the end of the season, but you know what? It'll be something to fight your case with. So I hope and pray that the manager has the know-how and he has common sense to take this competition seriously. But you never know, do you? Fingers crossed he takes it seriously and tries to win it. If he puts out a weaker team, or if he doesn't take it seriously and gets knocked out, I cannot take this manager seriously no more. I already don't take him seriously. But honestly, it's just going to be me losing even more respect for him than I already have. So, yeah, I hope he takes it seriously. But you just never know with Arne Slot, do you? Just never know. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on the game ahead of tomorrow's match. This is going to be a short match preview, everyone, because it is a FA Cup game. It's Barnsley at home. There's not really much to talk about, as I don't know anything about the opposition. So I'm only focusing on the Liverpool side. If this was Arsenal, Liverpool, or City, Liverpool, it'd be a lot longer of a preview. But this is going to be a relatively short one. So for now, what I'm going to show you guys is my predicted 11 for the game. So if I can just share the screen. Apologies, everyone. I'm still down with a little bit of a bug, so I'm not completely back to full fitness yet. So as you guys can see, this is my predicted 11 for the game tomorrow. As you can see right there, a lot of changes, and I mean a lot. Maybe only 2 or 3 fringe players in the team, but majority of the team has been completely changed. So if I just run you guys to the team, obviously the formation is the same. It is still 4-2-3-1, but players on the pitch are, of course, spread out. In goal, for once, it's actually going to be Gio Mohamedashvili. In the FA Cup game at home to Barnsley, you're not going to be stupid and play Alisson Becker in goal, are you? So it will be Mohamedashvili in goal. Maybe he can have a decent game, give Alisson some competition. Who knows? But he will be starting in goal. At right back, I've gone with Calvin Ramsey. Now, Calvin Ramsey is an interesting one because he's been at the club for a while, but he just doesn't seem to ever really get the game time. I think this is a game where he is perfect to play. Frimpong, you're not going to play Frimpong in a game like this at right back. Bradley, of course, is out. So put Calvin Ramsey in there. See what he can do. Maybe he can have a decent game, ball out on the right back position. We'll have to wait and see. but I think Calvin Ramsey will play at right back. Centre-back pairing, it's usually Virgil and Ibu. For this game, it's of course not going to be those two. I've gone with Nalo and Joe Gomez. Now, Nalo, of course, in his last game against Crystal Palace, I don't know much about the guy genuinely because I don't watch the youth. I don't really pay attention to the youth until they get promoted into the first team. But this Nalo kid was a bit of a hothead against Palace, got himself sent off. Granted, I don't think it was him to blame because he never should have played the game to begin with. That was on the manager throwing him into that position. So we'll see how that Nalo kid gets on in this game. Next to him, I've gone with Joe Gomez to get a start. Gomez, when he came into the first team a while back, was playing right back, looked very good. I think, of course, in that back line, need a bit of experience still. So I think Gomez will play at centre back. At left back, I've gone with Andrew Robertson. Now, it's a tough one at left back because if Costa Simicas was still here, I would have thrown him in. But it's got to be either Robert or Kerkez. And I think we're at a point now where Kerkez is the starting left back and Robertson is kind of used as a backup. So I think for this game, we will see Milos Kerkez, Andrew Robertson at left back. And I think he'll have the captain's armband on as well, seeing as Virgil van Dijk will not play the game. So that is my backline, a very, very different backline to what I'm used to seeing. Mohamed in goal, Calvin Ramsey at right back, Nalo and Joe Gomez at centre back, and Andrew Robertson at left back. Moving into the midfield double pivot, I have gone with Trey Niona and Curtis Jones. Now, of course, again, more youngsters. Trey Niona, also another youngster. Next to him, I've gone with Curtis Jones. I was going to put Endo in at first, but I don't know if the manager starts Endo because even in the last cup game, Endo never got a start. So this doesn't seem like the manager rates Endo even for cup games. So I think we'll see Curtis Jones in this one. So I think it will be Curtis Jones and Trey Niona as the double pivot. Moving up top, there's a bit more experience here, of course. Off the right, I've gone with Federico Chiesa. Yes, I can say with pretty much a lot of confidence that Federico Chiesa will get a start in this game. If he can ball out, is it going to change much in the manager's eyes? Probably not, because he can ball out as much as he wants, and the slot will still just not acknowledge him. So he'll play this game. I'm sure of that. Hopefully he can score a hat-trick or something. Even if he scores a hat-trick, he still won't get a start. We know that. But fingers crossed, Fede can ball out for this game. In the 10, I've gone with McAllister. Now, I'd go with another youngster personally, but I feel the manager still wants a bit of experience here. Against Palace, he played no experience, and look what happened. I think he won't make that mistake again, so he will put a couple of experienced heads in the team. So I'm going McAllister in the double pivot as the attacking midfield 10 role. Off the left, I've gone Rio Engomoa. Intriguing to see how Engomoa gets on in this game, considering we haven't seen him really since the Newcastle game. We saw him in the Southampton game in the Cup, and we saw him in the Palace game in the Cup. But since then, we haven't really seen him. I think he's another one who's been very disrespected. So see how he gets on in this game. Hopefully he can ball out as well. So I think he starts off the left. And up top, I've gone with Cody Gakpo. Again, just put someone that is experienced to the centre. I know Gakpo's not great, but against Barnsley, we should be okay with him up top. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be playing Ekatike. I wouldn't be playing anyone else. So I'd go with Cody Gakpo, do this centre. And on paper, that team should be beating Barnsley at home with relative ease. Even though it's a weaker team, we should be going out there winning comfortably and advancing to the next round, in my opinion. Just to run you guys through the team again, we have Mohamed in goal, Calvin Ramsey at right back, Nalo and Gomez centre back, Andrew Robertson at left back, Trey Niona and Curtis Jones as the midfield double pivot, Chiesa, McAllister and Rio Engomoa across the front line, and Cody Gakpo up top as the striker. So with that team, no excuses for me. We have to go, and we should be going out there and getting the 3 points. Going out there, getting the win and advancing to the next round with ease. Just remove that off the screen. Apologies all. So yeah, everyone, that is my predicted team to face Barnsley tomorrow. As for my score prediction for the game, look, I've said it before. This is a game where, on paper, weaker team. Either way, I don't care. We should be going out there and getting the win. So I think Liverpool will win, and I think we will advance to the next round of the Cup. I'm gonna go with a 3-0 home win to Liverpool. I think even with the youngsters in there, the experienced heads like the McAllisters, the Gakpos, the Robertsons, the Gomezes will carry us over the line and carry the rest of the team over the line. So I think we'll get a win, a decent win. Nothing too major, like a 7-8-9-0. I think we'll get a nice win, and I think we'll advance to the next round. So I'm going with Liverpool to win the game by 3-0. So yeah, that's the match preview done. I'm going with a 3-0 win. Let me know your score prediction down below. Let me know your thoughts on the game down below as well. And let me know the team you think the manager will play as well, of course. Other than that, everyone, if you have enjoyed the match preview, drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Currently 18 subs away from 600, so if you can subscribe, much appreciated. Do turn notifications on as well so you know whenever content drops. Do, of course, do all of that. So like, subscribe, and comment. I will be back tomorrow with my match reaction after the game. So I'll give you guys my thoughts and everything. I'm not going to be doing a match review for the game because it's Barnsley at home. There's no point doing a match review unless something crazy happens in the game. I'm not going to be doing a match review. So yeah, other than that, everyone, like, subscribe, comment. I'll be back tomorrow with my match reaction. I'll speak to all of you guys soon. Big up to everyone. TLP Liverpool Profit out. Speak to you all soon. Bye for now.